Hello, my friend, and welcome back to your daily dose of Broodwar. Got a little series here for you today. I'm going to be starting off on Tempest. Oh, no, this is actually Nemesis. Excuse me. This was played a little bit earlier in 2023, before the new season and the change in the ladder map pool. Up here, we've got Sacsri, and down here, we've got Mihu, starting out with an 8 racks. Out in the front. And if you guys haven't heard of Mihu before, he is an incredibly strong Terran player from China. He recently won the BSL. Wasn't able to attend the BSL LAN party, but he did win the BSL overall. So one of the best players outside, maybe if not the best player outside of Korea. And I've heard that these Chinese players, they play a lot with the Korean players as well. So they are very close geographically, which means that their overall ping should be pretty darn good. However, in China, there are always issues with, of course, VPNs and the crazy Great Wall of the firewall of China. So I don't think they get great ping, but I'm sure they get better ping than someone, you know, in South America. But I digress, guys. We've already got this game heating up here with that 8 racks coming through. Sacsri is going to try to defend with drones. He's not running by just yet, but he's trying to prevent an SCV from getting on top of this bunker and allowing that to come down. Now, he will have to produce quite a few lings. Probably going to produce even more than just 4, because there's going to be a 3rd Marine here soon. I'm surprised he's only got 2 sets on the way. A 3rd set will start now. The first 2 are going to pop out. Trying not to lose any drones here just yet. Gonna target down that first drone. Does pick that off, but the lings are gonna come after this and finish this Marine off. The bunker was canceled and restarted, it looks like, so wasting quite a bit of money here on the bunkers, trying to get those operational. It's not going to work out for Mihu, and now he's got to return home, start his command center, and he will have to lift and float this back as well. You do not want to be losing that right now. Doing a good job of fighting off these lings, but the ling is going to run by here. Can he actually get that? Yes, he will be able to finish that off. Not lifting up the barracks just yet, but it's almost time to do so. Leaving the bunker here for an inordinate amount of time. He's actually coming across the map once again. He's still continuing to produce Marines. And there hasn't been a lot of Ling production here for their Sacsri. So maybe he can get over and finish this bunker. No, it looks like the bunker will end up going down before that can happen. Cancels the bunker. But Mihu is still here. He's got 2 Marines. And he's going to just go for it here. Lack of lings could really hurt Sacsri. However, he is gonna he's gonna start to turn around now, heading back across the map. This is not gonna work out well. What is this doing right there? I guess he was hiding so he couldn't get caught. The D matrix in the middle of the map on Nemesis is a little bit funny. Makes it so nothing can attack while it's underneath that. So putting a Marine underneath means that no lings can't attack it. Quite a few more lings were produced during that, so forcing out a good number there, but really being aggressive with, like, this is like Barracks level aggression. Barracks, that Korean player that I'm always going on about, just constantly setting up Marines on the map, being super aggressive with them. It can be a double-edged sword though. If you end up losing this early Marine group, it will really hurt you later on. Ling speed is about to finish. Sacsri should be diving on this if he gets the opportunity, but Marines will actually head home now. This has been a really nicely balanced game from Mihu so far. Done a great job of putting on pressure and forcing out a few extra lings without overcommitting with his Marines and losing a bunch of them. So he's gonna finish up his academy, getting that engineering bay on the way. The spire is more than halfway complete here. And things have been a little slowed down on the Terran side because of that 8 racks. He only got 1 drone. So it's definitely not a successful 8 racks, I would say. We're pretty solid right now as Sacsri, and I'm a little worried for Mihu. On paper, Mihu should be the one to lose this game. But anything can happen on the ladder. Anything can happen when you're playing up against a barcode. You just don't know who you're even playing against. Never know what to expect. So Mihu could bring out something aside from this 8 Rex that could catch Sacsri off guard. We'll have to see what that is coming up here. Nemesis is a wild map. A lot of things can happen when you're trying to take these bases in the center right and the top center. Those kind of islandy bases. We'll see if he goes directly into starport production and maybe into dropship. Mutas are popping out now. We've got some turrets here. Lings are going to be shoved back. Wants to generate a threat on the map with this, but doesn't have range just yet. So moving out with rangeless Marines can be a very difficult proposition against Mutalist Micro, especially at the top level of play. And I don't know if Sacsri was quite there yet at the time of this game being played, but in 2023, Sacsri has evolved a lot, and he's become a very strong player. Like someone that I'm going to be looking out for as time goes on, as one of the great players that's coming up right now. I actually had a video, I guess 3-4 days ago, something like that, where I talked about Calm and saying how he was the person coming up. What I actually meant to say was Sacsri. This is the guy I've been looking to for a little while to potentially be the future of Zerg. Barracks as the Terran player that I'm looking to, and Ruin is the Protoss player that I want to see on the come up right now. Gonna dive on top of these Marines here. Sacsri making a great choice to clean up the reinforcing Marines right now. Able to get rid of that little bio ball that was moving out on the map, and now the main clump of army here gonna be forced all the way back into the natural. More Lings being produced right now. This is the right place to be here as Mihu in this situation. You do not want to be out on the map with your bio ball when your opponent is massing Lings like this, getting ready to bring them together and actually crush this force. You'd much rather be back at home defending along with your turrets and really reinforcing continuously. He's only got 2 barracks production here. He's gone into a tank, and we're gonna get a science vessel out here. So if he lost this bioforce right now, let's say he just lost it right now, he would have almost nothing here. Like, his army would be so weak and pathetic, and he would have a bunch of tech units with no real muscle behind it. So he's really got to keep this bio army alive. So that's why I'm really glad he's not out on the map. He's not sitting out here or trying to like chase down Lings or fight with the mutas right now. He's just gonna sit, keep reinforcing, and getting into his tech. I believe that is the right choice. We're gonna wait on Irradiate +1 and these barracks to really kick online before we go for any type of move out here. And he's been gifted a lot of time by Sacsri, who's not been, you know, in here harassing the main. He could definitely have jumped on some of these turrets, but instead he's kind of hanging out, killing off some assimilators instead. And now we've had enough time here to build up this army, what Mihu needs to maybe try to push out against what Sacsri has put together. Once the Irradiate is there, that's when this army really becomes weak. Because the mutas are going to fly in, the Irradiate will come down, it'll force the split on the mutas, and the Lings are really not going to do too well when the mutas are all flying around and splitting instead of actually fighting and being microed. Ling flank here with the Marine Medic. Excuse me, with the mutas. Marine Medic here, gonna turn and fight immediately. Great turnaround here by Mihu. Beautiful killer instinct there, just to immediately switch direction. Throws down an Irradiate, not the greatest Irradiate in the world, but gonna deal some damage to these mutas. Looks like some, as you can see, some emergency sunkens in the front. However, Consume is just about to finish. So those Sunkens are going to buy just enough time here for the Consume to finish. Now he can begin consuming these Lings. Will be able to push out and push back these tanks. No problem. No problem at all. Now, this is actually not good for Mihu. He got kind of caught building tanks here, and he's not really able to do anything with them. Sacsri was quick enough on his transition that the tank push really hasn't done too much. And really now, what does Mihu fall back on? He can come down here and try to start to crack this base, but we'll have another Dark Swarm here. And he can even try to move out and actually take this base as well. Trying to get a couple shots down with this tank onto the Defilers. It's very important that Mihu does not allow this base to go down already. That would be catastrophic. In fact, a lot of drones being popped out right now. Look at how many drones Sacsri is getting right now. He is just massing up this drone number up to 50 already, and he's not even taken his 4th base just yet. Only just now thinking about doing so. He will drop that. But already at 50 drones, that is wild to me. So many upgrades on the way right now. I think he already got Plague. He's going to get the Metasynaptic Node now. Adrenal Glands, all of the good upgrades that you need for this late game. Trying to pick off the Assimilator here. Mihu does not want to allow that to happen. Here comes some Lings and a Dark Swarm to help kill off this tank. That is unfortunate news for me, who will have to back up right now, as Sacsri just claims more space out in the front of his 3rd, 4th base. Actually going down here. It's very hard. It's so funny, right? It's so hard to take this 4th base as like against a good Terran player, and it is so incredibly difficult to actually stop them from taking a 4th against a good Zerg player. And you can see the Mihu really struggling to handle the multitasking of Sacsri here, who is just all over the place. Always having the Dark Swarms down, always having the defenses in place. Looks like he's going to be able to pick off 1 Science Vessel here. This Defiler will fall as well, but 2 more are already on the way. Should be Defiler here or here. I think this is the Defiler. Yes. Defiler going to pop out there, but there's already a Defiler. Yeah, this is one thing that you have to become good at if you're going to be a strong Zerg player. You have to always have more Defilers on the way. Every time one gets irradiated, immediately making another Defiler will allow you to pop. Like if he makes a Defiler right here, like this Defiler dies, you make a Defiler right there. The Defiler here will pop out before this Dark Swarm finishes. You can consume and drop another Dark Swarm just as it's about to finish. Interesting. A drop here on this high ground. That's not what I was expecting, honestly. Gonna come running down this ramp, but a Dark Swarm immediately comes down. That's a lot of fire bats. Going to stim up and push through. Breaking through a lot of these Lings right now. He should be able to get the Nidus Canal at the very least. More Dark Swarms coming down. Lurkers here. Getting into position. Another few. Irradiate's gonna come down. This base is now mining at the 6 o'clock. Sacsri totally knows about that, though. Could start to break through these eggs here. Open up a way to get in there. Now the Ultralists are out on the field. This is looking bad for Mihu. Mihu only now getting his 3rd base online. He doesn't really have the tanks that he needs. How many upgrades does he have? He's +2. How are we doing? +3 here for the Zerg player. Getting that +2 Carapace on the way now. Taking this engagement here. There's no Dark Swarm. So it's actually not the worst engagement in the world, but that's not enough Marines to actually fight this number of Ultra, and he's going to start to be pushed back. He does not have +3 on the way, which is really worrying me right now. No +3 means he's not going to be able to keep that advantage in his upgrades. And with this next upgrade finishing, I mean, you can already see how much things are getting pushed back right now. The Ultras are just going to town on these Marines and medics. But with that extra upgrade, once the upgrades are even, it'll be 2 attack to the 2 carapace. That's going to be scary, guys. Ultras are really going to start to shred. He's going to get the speed upgrade as well. An armor upgrade coming down for air. That's a little bit surprising. Surprised he can afford an upgrade that expensive right now, but I guess he can. Going up to 50. He's got 54 workers. He's going to go up to 64 workers right now. That is a little bit shocking. I think we're going to see Sacsri start to mass expand. Oh, the Ultralisk got through there. Made its way down to the 6 o'clock. Pushed everything back. And Mihu not able to keep up right now. This Zerg is tearing him apart. Coming forward now. Pushing everything back. Great plague there as well. Keeping on top of this Bioforce. Going to rotate around. Start to cut off this army from behind. It's a good move by Mihu, but I just don't see him taking this game. Already 20 supply behind. And he hasn't been able to mine off of this new base just yet. He's going to send his SCVs back. Realizes that the Ultralisk with 3 kills is already there. It hasn't left. So he will have to retreat. Marines over here at the center left. Looks like he will be able to move this command center over there. Should be able to get that rolling here pretty soon. Marines, Lings fighting at the natural. Pushing up towards the bottom right here. Can Mihu start to crack through? I don't see any defilers with this. He drops a couple of irradiates, so this is way too many Ultra and not enough Marines to fight them all. This irradiated Ultra doing so much work right now. Punching through the Marines that have been plagued there. Ultra with 8 kills. Pushing everything back right now. These Ultras are nearly unbeatable at the moment. No third armor upgrade here, but the 3rd attack is now finally on the way. We have some mining going right now because this Ultra just did not pay attention to those SCVs as they were moving by. Being pushed all the way back here. Mihu in a ton of trouble. You can see Sacsri just a little bit quicker in every regard. Getting the better of Mihu here, who is truly used to getting the better of everybody else in the StarCraft scene when he plays in BSL and otherwise. Lings here really should be on top of these SCVs, but I don't think it's going to matter all that much because with 63 drones, we're going to be able to outproduce this Terran player, no problem. 40 supply advantage right now, just pouring the Lings and Ultras into the natural here. Not even giving a crap, actually. Just sending this one all the way into the back of the main. Not sure what that's all about. Want to try and kill this engineering bay, I guess. But probably not going to do too well with that. Building a lot more drones here. Good God, that's a lot of drones. Actually, no more drones in production. 64 is definitely enough. Drop is now coming up for the Zerg player. Ultras are being shoved back. Surprised we don't have that 3rd carapace coming. I feel like you should have the money for that. This base has been shut down. Nothing mining at the natural or the main. So things are getting pretty dire here right now for Mihu. Drop over here into the center left. While at the same time, big attack coming through and towards the natural. And once you've given up complete map control like this is the Terran, it's pretty much lights out. Once the Zerg player steals all the map control, it's very hard to get your feet back under you. It's very hard to get the pressure back onto the Zerg player, who's just going to be mass expanding around the map. Should be taking that gas right now. He will be taking this gas in the top left here, no doubt, very, very soon. Things are really not looking good. He's going to go for a Lotto ship drop. Try to get some damage done somewhere. It looks like he'll be heading up towards the upper left, but there's so much vision on the map right now for a Zerg player. He's going to know exactly where those are headed. He's even getting Burrow right now. He's getting more Nidus up. He's going to drop a huge amount over here to the center left. Are these actually full already? No, they are not. He's thinking about picking up these ultras right here, going into that base. But he's already opened up this position. He can just start to run lings in. No drop necessary. Another great plague here on some of these Mihu Marines and medics. Dropship flying into this center right base. Maybe he can actually kill this. No. No, lings should be able to make their way down here. As long as Sacsri pays attention to that, he does. Yeah, this is not good. Oh, can he actually just target it? No, not gonna happen. Lings making their way into the main base now that they've been dropped over that wall. Big pickups here. Gonna be going into the center left, and GG is called. Mihu taps out. Wow. Domination here by Sacsri. Taking that fourth base. Hardly contested at all. I mean, he was doing some stuff to try and get in there, but really you can just see the level, the utter level of Sacsri is pretty ridiculous. This is something that I saw at BSL as well. We've had sharp play against a bunch of our players that were at the BSL, and the strength is undeniable. It's crazy how good these guys are, how crazy intensely strong the Korean players are. And we're going to jump into game number 2. Let's hope we can get a little bit of a closer game here. I want to see Mihu at his best. Okay, game number 2 here between Mihu and Sacsri. We are once again on this map. Oh, what am I doing? Nemesis. So, I mean, looks very similar to the last game, but the colors are totally different. These were played very close in time to each other. Now, almost back to back, and you can see they're on those barcode accounts. So matching each other on the ladder a couple of times here, and we'll see if Mihu can pull out something to make this more of a game here in number 2. We're not going to be going for the 8 Rex this time. We've learned our lesson. Sacsri pretty darn good at defending that. Instead, we are going to go for a Rex in base. And we'll see how Miho decides to follow. Mihu. I just called this guy by my wife's name, Mio. This guy's name is Mihu. And that's funny, actually. I believe it was Love Snow who was trying to pronounce my wife's name, and he called her Mihu. But I might be wrong about that. Now, I've done it as well. Except in the reverse, which is pretty funny. Mihu. What's he going to mix it up with? Is he just going to go for a very fast command center here? Will he be getting the gas? No, it really looks like a command center build. He hasn't scouted Sacsri just yet, but Sacsri is a very predictable Zerg player for the most part. Not totally predictable, but I mean, I don't even know if he actually knows that this is Sacsri. There hasn't been any communication between these two, and they're both on barcode accounts, so probably not. But if he did know that it was Sacsri, you would know that he's probably just going to go 12 hatch against you. Especially if it's just a ladder game. This man is a macro player for sure. So he's probably just going to go for that sort of normal macro-esque play. And try to beat you, with the micro control and macro game of the mid and late game, rather than some sort of early cheese play. That is really more his style. So nothing to worry about right now for Mihu. He's just gonna pop out a couple of Marines here and there. Getting into his gas. Should be getting his academy here pretty soon as well. And you know, he's just going to chill. Gonna get this base up. And we're in for a pretty normal macro game from both these players. So I'm looking forward to this game, guys. I'm really looking forward to this. I feel like Mihu really got kind of dominated in that first one, and I'm sure he's a little bit mad about it. And he might be looking for some vengeance here. So I'm all for that. Third hatchery going up in the main. It's a 2.5 hatch. With the hatchery just before the spire. And I'm not totally familiar with the 2.5 hatch builds. I haven't really mapped them out myself, and it seems like you can place this third hatch at a variety of different times, depending on how many drones you're able to slip out in the early game, how much pressure you take, how many lings you're forced to make. A lot of different variables in that regard, and in this case, he's managed to get the hatch out pretty early. Not the earliest hatchery, but he's still going to have that good meatless timing, and he will have the benefit of the extra larva here when that hatch does finish. So sitting out in the front, only a couple of lings have been made this game. Overlord's roaming into position right now. Going to be checking out this third base, making sure that that's not being taken super early, and it indeed will not be. Back at home, Mihu, almost did it again, has started his second racks. He's got his factory here as well. That was a very fast factory. One barracks factory. Going right into a science facility. Now, is he actually going to do the same sort of play as he did last time? Is he going to go factory with add-on? Or is he going to go double starport? Because I don't see it just yet. I'd like to see it. I'd like to see the double starport play. But we just haven't had it quite yet here. Straight up SK Terran style is very difficult. We have that scout on. With the scan, he sees the Mutalisk popping, so he knows that he's doing the right thing here, building turrets in his mineral lines. Gonna have those well in time here. Needs another turret actually at this position. He's got 3, 4 in the natural, 2 in the main. Does need an extra one here by the barracks. I'm gonna fly straight over to the main here is Sacsri. Has 7 meters to begin with. So could 3-shot these turrets. Misfire there from Sacsri, not getting the first shot off. That's a little bit painful. You do want to get that first shot. 100%. You want to be flying in, taking a bunch of damage on your Mutalisk and just not doing anything. We need to get some momentum here in this game. Gonna roll around to this side though and sees that there are so many turrets. And 2 SCVs are trapped. Actually, I don't know about this one right here. It might not be trapped. This one is definitely trapped. Which is actually really bad for Mihu. He's minus 2 SCVs right now because of the trap there. With those 2 turrets. That's really not good. And he's not going to take any damage. But he's already lost these 2 SCVs, which is kind of like damage in itself. Mihu's really done nothing here to actually harass his opponent. Instead, going for Evolution Chamber straight up into Hive. Getting some lurkers going. And has that third base on coming online here. So this is going to be a really big macro play from Sacsri here. Really focusing down on this macro. And I like it considering the way that Mihu is playing this out. He's going for, you know, a lot of tech. He's really teched up a lot here. Doesn't have that many Marines. And Sacsri says, hey, well, I can play that game too. I'm not going to make many army units. I'm going to tech up really hard as well. And there's not really much you can do to stop me because you're doing the same thing. Doing quite a bit of damage with that first irradiate. Keeping the Science Vessel alive is important. Pushing back these mutas as well. Oh, the lurkers are just barely going to be able to slip by here. Looks like they were not in position, but Mihu not quick enough. And Sacsri slowing this down just enough here that Mihu cannot get to the bottom right in time to stop this play. Gotta stay hydrated here, guys. It's what I've learned from my casting experience live. Got to stay hydrated. Don't want to hurt my vocal cords again. 4 lurkers. Ooh, you cannot go through that. I really hope that Mihu doesn't try it. Tanks coming out. But we've already got the Defiler's Mound nearly complete. This tank push is going to be everything here. Can Mihu get down here, push these away from the choke, and get in on this base? Or will Sacsri be able to hold this off? That is the question. Consume is on the way. The timer has begun. We'll only have mere minutes from when these defilers are going to be finished and ready to go. He's going to go ahead and get one more radiate. He did get the irradiate down there, but that's not the biggest thing. The tank research siege mode is just about to finish here. Tanks are coming down towards this low ground. He's going to need to get right as close to the edge as possible here. Okay, he's not even going to siege up right now. Just firing from the high ground. Okay, he is going to siege up now. But no, you cannot run the Marines in there. Do not run the Marines in there right now. Mihu losing so many Marines. If he had more Marines right now, he could come down this ramp. But now he's lost so many. Getting just a little bit overconfident there. Needed to wait a few more seconds. Gonna siege up one more time and push forward. There's the Defiler. Consume is so close to finishing. He gets the irradiate down, but the Defiler gets one spell. Run to the side here. Does need to get over to this side. Oh, the tank is going to end up going down, looks like. If he can run down here, he can actually get a lot of damage. Go, 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 go. He actually needs to get down here. The Marines are going to run by now. There's no Defiler here to fight. Go for the drones as much as possible right now. Mihu, this is the only time you have to get damage. Can he get the Nidus Canal? Nidus Canal. Oh, he's going to go after the Lurker. Nidus Canal. Nidus Canal could go down. This is so big. A bunch of links make it through, though. The Nidus is not going to fall. 14 HP. Oh, my God. That is so painful. Mihu getting so close to cracking through there. If he had moved those Marines immediately this way, instead of sending them up here first, I think he might have been able to make that happen. But also, like, losing all those Marines on the ramp was so painful and really slowed him down a huge amount. Look at this. Even made a second Nidus Canal thinking that he was going to lose that first one. So Sacsri really realizing how close that was for himself. I'm gonna back away here, even though there's quite a few fire bats to work with. Doesn't want to take this fight against the 2 lurkers. I'm gonna back up and siege up. Double science vessel production is going now. We're in a better position this game than we were in last game for Mihu, but it's still not great. He's gonna lose 1 vessel. That is frustrating. Maybe he can come down this ramp, though, now. Should be able to come down here a little bit. Gets an irradiate off. Does he have enough for a second irradiate? Almost. But a big counterattack here. Now, this is actually where... Oh, a drop back here. He's going to go for the Nidus. I think he's going to get this Nidus anyway. But this attack could actually ruin him right now. Mihu going to be in a ton of trouble the moment that this hits. Right now, though, Sacsri is busy. He's dealing with this attack going on right now at his 3rd base. And having a irradiate go down here right now. This irradiate doing a lot to slow this down, but another couple of defilers pop out. That's going to prevent any more damage. Couple of lurkers drop down here. Mihu going to be shoved back. He's going to jump, throw some fire bats in here, and the fire bats can actually range this. So he will maybe pick off at least one of these lurkers. Looks like he's going to get 2, actually. 2 lurkers might go down here. Oh my God. He's going to get that. He gets it. Look at that. Really, really good stuff for Mihu. killing off that one lurker, and now he can irradiate this one lurker and irradiate the defiler, and he should be able to reclaim his natural. Base going up in the top left. That's a little bit crazy for Mihu. Tank here will finally fall. The Marines cannot stim. They don't have enough health to do so. Firebat's gonna clear this. More Firebats coming out right now for Mihu. He hasn't been able to break this bottom right, though. That bottom right still holds strong right now for Sacsri, as the extra hatcheries here is producing pretty well. But this is anyone's game at this point, honestly. Really, anyone's game right now. I'm a little bit worried, though, that we don't have more upgrades coming. We do not have +2 right now for Mihu, which is actually, like, probably the worst thing in the world. That is so bad. That is so bad. There we go. Finally, he's going to start it, but he's behind. This is already done. 1-1 is already done, and 2 is already on the way. So, for the rest of the game now, Sacsri, as long as he doesn't mess up, you know, starting the +3, for the rest of the game, he's actually going to be ahead on upgrades, which is just not good. That is not the way you want a game to go as a Terran player. Irradiate's going to go down here. Getting good irradiates on a lot of these units. We'll get every single lurker and the defiler, which is great, but eats those big plagues at the same time, which is going to be problematic here coming up. We are going to go into lurker. Lurker now for Sacsri. Oh, sorry, Ultra, excuse me. Ultra coming up for Sacsri. Losing another. Ugh. All plagued vessels here. Losing another vessel. Some SCVs going to make their way up to the top left. I don't think that Sacsri actually saw that. Can he see this, though? No, he doesn't see these SCVs coming up here. 1 second, guys. I gotta blow my nose here. It's okay. There was nothing going on at this time anyway. We're gonna be fine. Mihu just kind of roaming the map right now, looking for any value he can pick up with these science vessels, but he hasn't repaired them at all, which is a bit worrying. Chitinous plating's coming up. The 4th gas is up here, and we're not really able to put on much pressure at the moment. He's gonna come forward, get some irradiates down, but Sacsri already completely prepared for this. Gonna come forward, get another good plague off. One defiler gonna make its way over here to the center left. That could be enough to break this base. We only have Marines in here, no Firebats. And Mihu's not paying attention to this right now. He's going for a drop, actually. 5 drop ships into the main. Holy crap. Big drop here into the main base. He's gonna kill that Nidus network and immediately gun down all of these workers. Does need to get on top of this, though. Oh, it looks like he did get that. Looks like he did irradiate that defiler, so that is great news right now for our Terran player. He sends the dropships back home, and he killed that base. Really good stuff right now for Mihu. That just changed the fates of this game completely. Now it's Sacsri totally on the back foot here after losing this base. He has a ton of lurkers at the front. Too bad he didn't have any of those prepared to defend his main down here in the bottom right. That was painful losses overall for Sacsri. Gonna come in, get a couple kills with that Mita. 2 vessels do end up going down. Mihu really pushing ahead with the Firebat production. So many Firebats coming out of him. Looks like he's gonna get another nice plague here, unless Mihu can run away. Mihu gonna back up. Not allow that to connect, which is very, very good for him. Gonna take the fight here with these Ultras, try to kill them off. A few more Marines gonna pop out here. He's actually building Marines and Firebats in the top left now. Also adding on some more factories is a real nice deal. He may end up going just for like mass factory so that he can start producing like mass tank. Put mass tank up here on the high ground. It's really, really powerful. Even here is good as well because you can cover it with turrets. He does need to actually kill this, I'm surprised he hasn't done that yet. Coming over towards the center left. We're going to hit this with 2 lurkers and 2 ultras. 3 more following up with a bunch more lings. Mihu, is he slipping a little bit right now? He's still ahead in supply, but has quite a bit of money all banked up right now. Looks like he's coming forward with some more drop ships. Might want to come through and try to drop over here. Maybe over here. Not sure where those are headed, but he's going to lose the center left right now. Center left is going to go down. SCVs need to be evacuated. Marines and medics coming over, and he's going to get this Defiler, looks like. Defiler may end up going down. Going to load up with these drop ships. Can fly over right here and fly into the center right if he wants to. Hopefully he's going to attempt to do that. Not just yet, though. Instead, at the moment, he's flying around here. The bottom center. Not sure where these are going right now. Okay, they are going to hit the center right. Very, very nice. He's going to go for this base. He may end up actually being able to kill it. Because right now, Sacsri is pushing over towards the natural. He's going to try and get in here. Darkstorm does go down, but backing away very quickly here, Mihu. Losing a lot of his forces on the retreat, though. At the same time, this base is going to end up going down. Pushing everything back right now. Mihu in full retreat mode, but Sacsri really doesn't have the economy to build Ultra right now. Certainly not Ultra Defiler. Losing this base once again. He's on 3 gas mining, and he's just depleted his natural and main geyser. His main geyser's natural is getting very, very low here. Ooh, this is not looking good for our Korean Zerg player. He's just sending this Overlord in. He's gonna spot this. Look at this. He sees the factories up here in the top left. He finally realizes, oh my god, you've got another base up there. I'm gonna start to send ultras up towards this location, but I think it might be too little too late. Tanks, double tank production right now in the top left. He's not making them at the moment, but he should get them underway here pretty soon. I'm gonna transfer this CC down to the bottom center now. Start to mine in that base. Tanks and, of course, these Marines and medics with the bunker are going to be holding this back. Tank's going to go down. Marine medic in the bunker are not going to be able to hold this off. And looks like Mihu going to lose this base. Is Mihu going to lose this game, actually? He loses the base here. He's out of mining. Oh, no. No mining right now for Mihu. He's going to throw down a lot of irradiates on these... oh god, the lurkers are gonna back up and burrow, but coming from multiple angles here. Can he break this? He is gonna break it, but just barely. More army coming down from behind. Mihu, does he have enough to hold strong here? Coming from behind, the great blocks with the medics, but now the ultras are starting to hit these Marines. Marines are going down en masse. So many Marines are falling here. He's got the upgrade advantage right now with these Marines, but not able to win this fight. He does have some Marines behind the mineral patches, though, killing more than enough drones right now to start to even things out. But he needs mining. Mihu needs mining right now. He is in desperate, desperate straits here. Losing all of these Marines back here. He's still got some units over in this location, but he's going to start to mine at 6 o'clock now. Down to just 40. Oh my gosh, just 40. Minerals here. 49 SCVs. Lots of SCVs here ready for Mihu. He can saturate this base immediately, and he needs to do so. Tank's starting to push up here. He's getting ready to take over this base. If he can kill this base, he 100% should win this game. Oh gosh, he scans. He sees the top center is being mined right now. Tanks are sieging up here. He's starting to push this direction, but the ultras are going to hit from behind. We've got the Defiler here as well. He's got to target this Defiler. He does target the Defiler. Defiler goes down, but a big plague on a lot of these Marines is going to make them so much less useful. Going after these ultras, backing away now. He's going to kill off this base, dropping down Mihu to, or excuse me, Sacsri to just like 1.5 gas right now. Oh, this is very close. This is a tight game right now. Will Mihu be able to clutch it out? He does have some economy rolling now finally. And he's cleared this base in the bottom right. If he gets a drop up here and there's not enough coming through that Nidus Canal, he might be able to kill it off. He still has 2 drops at home. Just 2 ultras moving through the map with a defiler. Very annoying stuff. I think that Mihu will be able to stop this, though. He should be able to get over here in time to prevent this from going down. A Dark Swarm is laid down and a good plague there as well, but looks like the Lings are going to be stopped and the defiler will be killed. They're going to be able to lay down these Marines. Oh gosh, this is kind of funny. Oh my gosh, he puts a irradiate on that one. Good thing he didn't irradiate this one, because that would have been really bad. Irradiate there. Where did that CC go? Oh, it's floating backwards. Gonna bring the Marines in to defend these SCVs. These poor helpless SCVs are gonna finally have some Marine support here. Marines come in with that support. Gonna kill this Ultra. More Lings and Ultras coming down, though. Mihu's in a good defensive position, but as the defilers arrive, he will be able to shove everything back, forcing things back here. A great plague once again on a ton of Marines. Is this the last stand of Mihu? I think he's about to get forced out of this game, losing all of his medics and Marines here. There's still defilers ready to fight. One more defiler still with that energy. Where are all the Marines and medics? He's going to send some SCVs to the center left to start that mining once again. Pulling the SCVs out of this position. The 6 o'clock will be abandoned. 1 base mining to 0 base mining right now. He's finally starting to get this online. But this is all that Sacsri has. He's got no money left in the main or the natural. He's simply only mining off of this 12 o'clock. That's all he's got. He's trying to mine up here. With a drop coming in. Can he get in there and kill that defiler before Sacsri realizes a drop is coming through here? He kills the Nidus Canal. Gonna go ahead, fall back, and gun down these Ultras. Ultras are gonna go down. I think he just got the defiler. No, the defiler is there, hiding underneath this factory. This Ultra may end up going down, but first of all, it's gonna get 10 kills. So many kills right there. Fire bats moving through the middle of the map. They're gonna be able to clean up these Lings and that one pesky defiler. Wow, this is insane, guys. Can he actually do it? Can Mihu win this game? Bunch of drones going down right now. This defiler is probably going to end up getting picked off as well. Looks like he did get an amazing plague off. But that's all he's going to be able to do with that for now. So the defiler will end up getting run down. Oh, there's 2 lurkers here? These lurkers could kill every single... He doesn't even see it. He doesn't see that there's workers there. Oh my god, these lurkers could kill everything. They could kill all the workers here. Okay, the lurkers are going to come for the workers. And there it is. He's going to get on top of this. Big kills now, baby. Let's go. Huge, huge damage with these lurkers. 5 kills, 8 kills. Does need to get some irradiates down here. Will irradiate some of these. But Mihu being pushed away from this base. He doesn't have mining again. Again, no mining for Mihu. He's going to send the SCVs away right now and start to set up a position where he can defend this base. But Lurkers, Ultras coming forward right now. Defiler throwing down that Dark Swarm. These 2 fresh Ultras, just enough to push down all of the Marines right now. A drop in the back. He's going to try and shut down this last mining base for Sacsri, and he might be able to do so. That's a lot of Marines, and they're outside the range of the sunken colony. Lings coming up here, but it's not going to be enough. Just barely enough Lings. No, Lings not enough here to stop this, and now neither player is actually mining at this point. Okay, a few drones are still here mining at the moment. We should be able to clear that out soon. Oh, a CC's down here at the bottom right. He's going to transfer some SCVs, but a Ling catches up on that. He sees the transferring SCVs. He should be able to mobilize some troops down to the bottom right to handle that. Meanwhile, Ultras making their way into the natural here. A bunch of Scourge come through to finish off those few remaining units. You could actually keep 1 Marine in the middle of this and deal a lot of damage with that, because you can't actually hit the Marine if it's in the middle of the barracks. That's kind of the point of having your barracks like this, is you've got like a microable area here in the middle where Ultras just cannot hit you. If you ever wonder why, it's not just for positioning, or not just for like the ease of access and macro, but also this is like a microable spot here. You can fight back against loads of lings and ultras and stuff coming into your base. SCVs are actually mining in the bottom right. That ultra was eventually cleared out. Or was it? I just heard a Marine die. Okay, there it is. With 3 kills, it's going to continue to roam around here. Killing off Marine after Marine after Marine. Look at that. Killing another Marine there. With that +1, they 2-shot the Marines no matter what. Even if they're being healed. And a couple of ultras plus some lings going to come down and clear out this space. I think this is the death throes of Mihu. He will have to lift off. SCVs being sent all over the map. He's just trying to find some place that he can mine from. Sending out these vessels, they are so incredibly valuable. That's the reason why we still have Scourge being made here right now. Even though we've got no gas in the tank, he's still building 2 sets of Scourge because he realizes that the only way Mihu's going to be able to bring this back is through irradiates. Just constant irradiates over and over again are really the only way that he could bring this back. And Mihu taps out. GG. A great game here between Sacsri and Mihu. Well, I got exactly my wish. I got exactly what I wanted. A much, much closer game and a great showing from Mihu here. Sacsri takes the win, though. Just barely. Got to put some respect on Mihu's name, though. He definitely went out fighting. Put up an outstanding fight here, guys. And that is it for your daily dose of Brood War. I'll see you in the next one.